Hello, ladles, jelly spoons, and other non-binary kitchen utensils. This is the Gravy Wheels podcast. I'm your host, Franklin.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Jehovah. Or Hova. Or Joe.
Or Joey.
Or Heads Up was my first gamer tag.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember those days.
A little fun trivia, which I kind of miss. That was a fun one.
Yeah. Mine was, I think, Commie Bastard, and I had the nautical star on everything.
I do remember that, yeah. Yep.
I went through a few. I think I was probably Ragtime Pianist first for you guys.
Yeah. And Gila, too.
Yeah, Gila Mobster. That was an old deep cut.
Ragtime Pianist is the one that always sticks out in my head.
There's that. Then I changed it to Hamburglary after a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a problem. I just can't stick to one name.
What was the other one?
That's okay.
Tina Fey and a Bowler.
Yeah, Tina Fey. I've gone by Tina Fey. Some people know me as that.
That's a pretty great one. Whoa, your camera just moved? Your camera's moving.
Yeah, it's doing some tracking
it's doing
stuff.
the tracking thing. Okay. That is exquisite.
Get used to it, kids.
It's the future.
Nice shirt, by the way, Andrew.
Yeah, thanks. Some dipshit sent me this.
Nice shirt, Andrew.
It's got snake eyes on it.
I walked into GameStop, and it was like on the clearance rack for like $5. And I was like, well, that's a sweet shirt, but it's not going to fit me. And then I think I texted, and I was like, what size shirt do you wear? And then Frank's I got just because I was like, well, I can't get Andrew a shirt, not Frank.
The problem with this shirt, though, is that it's designed to look like an action figure, like blister
Box.
pack.
Yeah, the box. Yeah.
Right.
And so, like, you have the little post here. But then the design on the package doesn't look anything like an action figure would look.
True. They tried.
So
they tried.
No, they didn't.
Yeah. No, they really
They
didn't.
just fucking slapped some art of snake eyes on there and called it a day.
I'm getting into this. You guys just touched on two things.
We're going to touch a lot more things.
Fuck yeah, let's touch all the things.
Those little Lego minifig blind bags.
What's in it? I don't know.
We don't know.
Oh, you brought some suspense to the podcast.
Oh, I fucked it up.
I'm gonna while you're trying to get that open. Katie convinced me to pick up the oh god damn it, what are they called?
Those brand balls?
Yeah, what are they called? Mini brands? I think that's what they're called. Mini brands.
Fuck is this guy?
And so I was like, all right, we'll get a couple of them. I'll put a couple Twitter videos up or whatever. And they're like addicting as shit. I didn't realize there was like chase items. You can get a gold ketchup bottle, and there's like 4 different gold things. And I'm like, it's just stupid stuff. But it's like I'm addicted now. Now I wanna open a bajillion of these stupid little mini brands balls.
You're gonna have to start building like doll houses so that you have things to use.
Who's the guy on the wire?
What we actually did is we took little. I have a bunch of little like magnets that I bought on Amazon in bulk, like the strong ones.
Yeah.
And they're on the fridge just for holding whatever up. I've just been gluing those on the back, so I have like a Red's hot sauce bottle magnet and a little taco seasoning magnet, and so now we got some pretty sweet little fridge magnets.
It's adorable.
A little repairman,
The guy's got a crowbar and everything. That's cool.
That helmet is very weird.
Does it feel like it was worth the $6 or whatever it was?
Oh, you just put those in your pocket.
No, we don't.
Oh, yeah. You don't have to pay for those.
Huh?
Next time. I'll take my cat with me in his kitty container, and I'll just throw like 20 of them in there.
So Andrew, so first of all, I'm sipping a little bit. I always forget the name. Andrew can tell me what's the name.
That one is Terramana, right?
Terramana, yeah. This is Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Can you smell the tequila in my glass? I went with the Reposado. A few dollars more. Very tasty. Very tasty. And your Xenomorph mug is fucking fantastic.
It's exquisite. I love it.
I don't know if it's close enough to the camera for people to tell what it is, but it reminded me.
It's not licensed.
I don't know if I've ever shown you guys, but do you guys remember back when ThinkGeek got bought out by GameStop?
No,
Yes.
but damn, they did? Wow,
Like,
okay.
Just I wasn't 3 years ago, maybe something like that.
It was a little while back, yeah. I remember
When
this.
they did that, they ran like an additional 50% off sale on all the clearance items on their website or some shit. So it came out to like 80% off. 80 or 90. It was like crazy. And whenever I saw the tweet, or actually I think I was streaming and someone was like, hey man, did you hear that ThinkGeeks, blah, blah, blah. And so I went on their website and bought just like a bunch of shit because like almost anything you put in your cart just came out to like $2 or $3. So it was like anything that I was like remotely like, oh, that's cool, I would just buy it. I got like a rolling pin, that has like all the what the fuck, Frank? This is like one of those new TikTok parties, like everybody bring your measuring cups and your turkey basters full of vodka. So anyways, I've got like a Super Mario rolling pin, but I can't even remember some of the other stuff I got. I got some cool shit, but one of the things was an Aliens coaster set, and it's 4 coasters, and the top 3 have like holes in the middle with a little bit of green residue, and if you stack them on top of each other, they all like match up. And the bottom one, the bottom one is black, and it just has like a pool of xenomorph blood in it.
That's sick.
And so it looks like, or I guess not. Is it the blood or is it just the spit? Or both?
No, it's the blood. The blood is the acid.
The blood is the acid.
How much did you sell
so
that?
It just looks like it.
How much did you sell that for on eBay?
No, I use them. They're here.
Nice.
I did get a couple like lunch boxes that were like Hey Arnold lunch boxes, and they had a puzzle inside. Stuff like that. I sold those on Facebook, I think. But I ordered it was like a giant box full of stuff, and I got it all for like $17. And I didn't need any of it, but there was a couple things that were cool.
Before we get away from tequila, though, how do you like that?
It's really good. I've never every time I think of tequila, like obviously whenever I have like a margarita.
Margaritas are just shitty shots with people.
Yeah, it's like, just a whole bunch of sweetener and cheap. It doesn't even matter what tequila. In fact, usually I get the buckets that go in the fridge because who cares? But,
it's not a sipping tequila, right?
Right. But the last time I had remember actually drinking tequila, I was at a pool party when I was working at a restaurant, and we were just taking shots of Patron, and we had silver, and then somebody busted out the bottle of the Reposado, and I remember being like, damn, that Reposado is so much smoother. I kind of enjoyed taking shots of it, but I was already drunk, so I was like, maybe I was just drunk. So this is the first time I kept seeing, I follow The Rock on Instagram, and I kept seeing people, he's been reposting all the reviews and stuff, and it seems like a lot of people really like it. So last time I was in town, I stopped at the liquor store, and sure enough, right when I walked in, I was thinking it might have been hard to find. Right when I walked in, on the right, like a little end cap, they had the white and the Reposado bottles right next to each other, and it was like $27, I think, for the Reposado. Wasn't bad, like $26.99. And it's really good. I've never sipped tequila before, but it's tasty. It's similar to sipping bourbon for me, just a little bit more of a flavor profile, I guess. I mean, when you drink bourbon, it's just kind of like a smokiness, but tequila's got that earthy, I don't even know how you explain it.
It's that agave flavor.
Yeah, I guess essentially it would just be the flavor of agave.
It's that round and that bitterness. That roundness, and there's a bitterness in the back end. For me, I don't know how your all's taste buds are, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that a little bit. Every once in a while, I used to drink, I had this bottle of Cazadores, which is another just super cheap tequila that you see everywhere. And it's good to sip, but it has a kind of a black pepper taste in it too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's it's a little spicy going down.
I've got a recent
Apparently this is still a thing.
Recent funny tequila story. We ended up buying a bunch of stuff from a restaurant in the bar that shut down 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we got a large stock of the alcohol they had in the business. And their bottom shelf tequila is actually worse than the bottom shelf tequila that we have, but we're still going to use it anyways because I think I sent you guys pictures and videos of we've got a pressurized container now where we can premix a bunch of stuff in there, and we can pour margaritas out of a thing, or what they serve at the Chiefs games, and during baseball season we're going to serve what they the Pine Tar Punch or whatever the hell they sell up at the Royal Stadium. They're going to give us that to run through it for baseball. But yeah, it's horrible tequila. And they actually brought a bottle out and were like, well, like in the middle of the shift, this is like fucking noon or something. And he opens up like all the liquor and he's like, Frank, take a shot of this tequila. And I'm like, I mean, I'll do this. I'll taste alcohol on the clock, but man, that is bad tequila. And I did not do it. So it's now known as the tequila so bad that even Frank won't drink it.
Damn. Some bad stuff. So did you actually do what you said you were going to do, Frank? Did you mix whiskey and vodka?
1 ounce of Evan Williams bourbon, 1 ounce of that Tommy Gun vodka.
Oh my god.
And then 2 ounces of old fashioned mix. I do it because you can tell how many ounces are on the side, right?
Sure. Yeah. It was either that or you hadn't done dishes.
Never thought of that, but it's actually a practical thing.
Modern problems require modern solutions.
There you go.
What do you guys been up to? Besides buying tequilas.
Chilling, dude. Well, not so much chilling. Working on renovations and stuff like that, but not much more than that, dude.
Did you recently come into possession of a new lawnmower?
I did. It's a lot of fun. Zero turns are actually fun.
Can you do any sweet tricks with it? Like, can you do wheelies?
Yeah, I can pop the wheel, yeah.
I'm not brave enough to try a wheelie, but it's obviously very easy to do donuts in a zero turn. You just sit there and spin in circles all day if you want.
You need to get comfortable enough where you can pop a wheelie, and then while you're up, use it to trim your hedges. He's gone.
And I don't think either property has hedges.
I'm back now.
It's back.
I don't know. I've never been to his fucking house.
I actually bought more things today.
Oh, yeah?
My kids' 6th and 8th birthdays are coming up in about a month. And being out on 10 acres now, it's like, man, they need something. They got a Power Wheels they've had for like 5 years probably. They're outgrowing it.
You gonna teach your boys to crank that hog?
Yeah, So I was looking at some options and went ahead and just got them 125cc four-wheelers. They've got governors on them though, so I've got them turned almost all the way down because they top out at 30 mile an hour, which obviously they don't need to get anywhere near yet. But I got them helmets and the whole thing, so it's going to be pretty cool. I'm excited for it. But whenever I bought them, the guy was like, "Make sure you get ethanol-free gas." Mm-hmm. And I'm like, "All right, sounds good." And when he said that, it was just like, "Oh, that easy enough." And then he told me to go to Murphy's, and I went to Murphy's. They didn't have it. And then so I got looking on my phone. There's only like 2 places in Sedalia that even sell it. And I went out to Woods, and sure enough, they had it. But I'm like calling people. I'm like, how the fuck do you even know? Like, I don't even know if I've ever just randomly seen like, oh, they have ethanol-free gas. Like, I don't know. It's so random.
It says it on the pumps. $3 a gallon too. It says it on every single pump. They have to by state law.
Yeah, usually you see the sticker that says 10% or less ethanol. That's what that's one of those things that unless you're looking for it, you don't really notice until today whenever I needed, ethanol free. But then, yeah, so gas in Missouri is like $2.50 in my area, and the ethanol free was like $3 a gallon. So,
do you know why you need to run ethanol free through that engine?
The guy at the shop just said it would like gum it up.
Yeah, your like fuel lines and gaskets and stuff don't like it, especially like your fuel lines. It'll end up like eating them apart or blocking them, or yeah. Only run ethanol free through that.
Is that just for like 4-stroke engines?
No, it's for some vehicles, and then they've changed everything now. But you don't have to worry about it for vehicles anymore. But for like power sports,
I don't think they told me that for like the Razor that I have, the Razor ATV. I don't think they.
No, that's probably fine.
Yeah, I don't think they were worried about it on that. Which is kind of weird. But man, they're fun, dude. I was out there riding them around before we turned the governors on, and it's gonna be good times, man. It's gonna be good times.
I got started off on a mini bike, 90cc Murray mini bike, and then
I remember that mini bike.
and then like a 120cc three-wheeler that was oversized, and then like a 250cc three-wheeler, and then like a 350cc, and we wrecked those hella tons. Lots.
I was actually thinking about that today. I don't think I ever rolled one of those three-wheelers. And I didn't I might have babied it more than you just because I wasn't as used to driving them as you were. But I remember giving it hell. And luckily, somehow, I never rolled one of those fucking things. I know you did, but I didn't.
Never driven an all-terrain vehicle myself.
Not a four-wheeler or a dirt bike.
How'd we never take Andrew?
Because he was so frail, and he still is frail. We need to
He's
protect
so frail,
him.
we didn't want to hurt him.
California?
California?
Cleariforma. Chimera.
California Games.
What the hell? Dude, I can see
Is
her
that like
Brazilian.
a 3 or 4 game collection?
Yes, it is. I helped a friend move, and when you're trying to move,
Oh, yeah.
the day of, you're always trying to get rid of shit. And he gave to me his NES. So for the first time in my life, I own an NES now.
What?
What a swell guy.
Yeah, I've never had one before.
Oh,
Did you buy an air compressor so you can blow out the console
I
every
believe in
time
him.
you use it?
he can do it.
No, I bought new lungs though, so
Perfect. Yeah.
it had Tetris in there, which is in the console currently, one controller,
Essential.
and a Tengen cart, which I love. These fucking unlicensed NES games.
Do you remember the tank games? I don't remember. They might have been called like Desert Storm or something like that, or
There was also
can't remember. But there was a couple tank games for the NES that I enjoyed, where you're like, yeah, you look like you're in the cockpit of it.
Yeah.
And you have a couple different rounds of ammunition. There's like a mini map with dots, so you know where to go.
I have no recollection of that.
And then what is it? Jungle Storm, the helicopter game.
I think there was
Yes, that one I remember.
2 or 3.
Yeah. There's only a handful of NES games that I ever really enjoyed, if I'm being honest.
Spelunker's number one.
I enjoyed a lot. We had an NES. We actually had 2 of them. And then
I don't know if I ever played Spelunker.
it's
Nobody did.
grand. It's great. But
It's like It's like an action platform game where everything will kill you. Like even falling from
Water.
if you fall
Yeah,
from a height
giant.
that's taller than your character, basically it'll kill you.
1
Damn.
pixel equals
If you
death.
stub your toe, you'll die. If a bat poops on you, you die. It's like you're incredibly frail.
Huh.
And that's why we didn't take you on 3-wheeler rides.
That's right, because I loved Spelunker too much.
'cause
I
you were
emulated
Spelunker.
him and everything.
We had 2 NESs, and I've tried to get my dad to play games for a long time, especially because he's always loves westerns and stuff. So the first Red Dead, I tried to get him to play that because you can ride around on a horse and just do whatever. The first Red Dead, he wouldn't touch it, and then I tried to get him to do fishing and hunting and what was the last Far Cry with the crazy zealots, the religious people, set in the Midwest.
Far Cry 5.
4.
Far Cry 5. I tried to get him to play that because he would sit in there and he'd watch me fish all the time. But the only video game he will ever play is Tecmo Super Bowl, I think,
Oh sure.
for the NES, and then Mario. That's the only thing he was it's too advanced. I don't want to do anything. I'm you would have so much fun right now, but he won't touch anything except for 2 or 3 games for the NES. He just won't do it.
You have to I didn't realize until I was trying to teach people who were lapsed gamers how to play games now. But the logic of moving a camera with your right thumb
It's so hard on people.
is not something. Yeah, it's not something you clock
Yeah.
on. You get immediately, and that's a mechanic in any game basically. I tried to teach my wife how to play Portal a decade ago,
Oh no.
and she does not play video games now. So that's how that went.
Why would you start off with Portal?
Dude, where is the next Portal, by the way? What is Valve
That's be-
doing with all their IP?
I started with Portal because I was trying to convince her the games are art.
Oh, yeah, okay, now that makes sense.
This was a
I don't know.
triumph.
What is Valve fucking doing?
They're working on the Steam controller too, guys. By the way, you heard it here first.
Excited for that, let me tell you.
So, yeah, this time instead of touchpads, it's going to be all buttons. No joysticks, just buttons. So many buttons.
No, my
I think
65 buttons.
My uncle told me it was all touch.
All touch?
That's what
All
my
touch
uncle
all
said.
the time.
It's just a facetless orb that you massage and
That's how he said I was his controller.
press. You're my little Steam 2 controller.
Yeah, same voice, different words.
Hi. I think they
That's a-
stumbled
that's a-
into enough money with CSGO that they didn't have to worry about anything. Like, I think they knew
Well-
CSGO was going to be successful, but then when crates and skins took off in the way that they took off, and let's not forget that they, obviously Valve also owns Steam, and Steam takes a cut of every single market transaction.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the skin game for CSGO was in fucking sane for like at least a good 5 years. I mean, and it's still crazy to this day. Like, I can't imagine the amount of money that they've made off of Steam Market Cut alone.
Well, and Dota was really big for a while too. I know they made a
Right.
lot off of that.
Yeah. There was
Even TF2 had quite a bit of market popularity.
during the burgeoning like years of the MOBA market, like it was League of Legends and Dota back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then I think there was a third and a fourth one that came out, and then I completely stopped paying attention to all that because some people really take their MOBAs super seriously, and that's all they do. All they do, running down main, running down, yeah, like it's all
I
they'll
mean,
play.
yeah, there was a period of time where MOBA was the battle royale of the current moment.
Good.
So it was
Yeah.
like everybody and their fucking mom had a MOBA. You'd have weird branded MOBAs. Like there was a DC like MOBA that had a bunch of characters from different like realities in DC Comics.
Okay.
There's a Marvel one that's on phones. There was Dead Island had a really short-lived MOBA.
I have, yeah.
Yeah, there's so many for a while.
One
I
question.
personally, my favorite one that I played with though was Heroes of the Storm, which I would actually enjoy playing again. But
So you're
those
saying
Blizzards?
I could be like Swamp Thing through a MOBA? I could play a MOBA as
I don't-
Swamp Thing? Or was he not
I
one of
don't know
the
if-
licensed characters on it?
Yeah, I don't know if he made it to DC
Mistake.
Infinite Crisis or whatever the fuck it's called. But there were like 4 different versions of Batman from different timelines.
How are we going to make a clan in Pokemon MOBA?
Yeah, I played
Sweet.
that shit.
Oh, yeah, you can get the beta if you just, like,
VPN
change your
account.
region or some shit.
Yeah, you can get it if you figure out how to get it. But it's it's a MOBA. It's all right. It's got Slowbro in it. That's all that I care about.
And you evolve, like, throughout the match, right?
Yeah, once you hit
By
certain
killing
levels,
enemies or whatever.
once you hit certain levels, you evolve automatically. It varies from like Pokemon to Pokemon.
Is it just time-based, or is it based on, like, kills and capping points?
It's based on XP gain. So like killing mobs, getting kills, pushing with your team, just like contributing, doing stuff that earns you XP.
Nice.
I got a question.
Ask that shit.
Do we know if Valve has any ties to any streaming platforms or deals with like YouTube or Twitch, or isn't there like 2 others still left?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
Well, because I was just trying to see what Valve is up to, because we were talking about Valve and their other projects, and that says they're trying to work on more single player stuff. because Alex went so well, and Gabe was talking, and he says they're going to focus more on single player games. And I didn't know if they had a deal with like a streaming platform, if they wouldn't make a game that's not YouTube bait, but like streamer friendly, where like people can play through a game like Portal 3 or something like that, but you could have like they can throw biddies or whatever to change the environment against the streamer that they're watching,
Right.
and have like outside.
Well, they have their own streaming service.
Is there one built?
You ever
There is
noticed
one
that?
built into Steam, I guess, isn't there?
Yeah, because like if you're looking on the store page and shit, a lot of times it'll have like, I have some games that I guess I like followed to make sure I like noticed whenever it was actually released or something, and I'll get like notifications when people are going live with it or something. It's really fucking annoying. But yeah, if you go to like the community tab or some shit for any game, it'll show all the people that are live playing that game.
Well, I thought like, okay, so they can watch you play it, but like, can you turn that into a business and make money off of Steam? Probably somehow, maybe.
I don't know if there's any. I don't know if there's like a landing page for your profile or anything, to where you could have like a donation link, because you don't. I've never seen a chat or anything either. It's really weird, but I've seen plenty of people streaming on Steam. I don't know necessarily why you would, but
The only time I see Steam streams, it's developers streaming like their game or from like events or something like that. I never see people doing it. So
I'm pretty sure I've seen just normal Joes, but maybe I haven't. I don't know. You guys seen any new movie trailers lately that tantalize your titties?
No. I assume that you are leading us into Fast and Furious 9, though.
No, but I saw the
there's
trailer for
two
the
on my
day
mind.
after. Are you thinking about the day after tomorrow too?
Oh, is
I
that
hadn't heard
a
about
thing?
that one. The day after 2 days?
The day after?
Yesterday? No.
Cool. Good one.
Yeah, that was great. Did you guys see the Space Jam 2 trailer?
Yeah.
Haven't watched it yet.
I don't want this. I want it to be like the first one. You know that they did shut the
Yeah,
website
it's a
down
little-
from like 1995, but you can still gain access to it. But they're all like 3D.
I literally had a dream, I think, 2 nights ago that I was asking LeBron James. I was hanging out with LeBron James and I was asking him why his movie wasn't as good as Space Jam. And he was fucking pissed. He like did not entertain that conversation for long.
I think it's the ultimate decision maker, because everybody's like, who was the GOAT, Jordan or LeBron?
Yeah.
I think it all comes down to Space Jam 2, honestly.
Yeah. Well,
If Bill Murray's not in the second one, it automatically loses. First
no
of all.
Bill Murray, no Danny DeVito. What
No
are we?
Newman.
What are we doing here? What are we even doing here? No
Doesn't
Muggsy
make
Bogues,
sense.
presumably.
It's all bullshit, man. And the other one, is Fast 9. I guess they took Furious out. They dropped Furious. They're not so furious anymore.
They're
right?
the
It's
Fast
just
9.
Fast.
They're the Fast 9 or Fast 13 now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fast 9. They go to space. So, yeah.
Heist on the moon. Gimme.
My thing is that they're just so over the top CG that it bothers me, because it's like ultimately, and people have been roasting me on
Yeah,
Twitter.
they have been.
They're like, oh, what about but like, okay, yeah, the Jurassic World movies, it's dinosaurs, needs to be CG. Transformers needs to be CG. Movie about cars shouldn't be a trailer where it's just like 98% of it is like some dipshit editing on his laptop, and there's people on a soundstage fucking reacting to shit that's not there. I don't know. It
So-
just kind of takes me out of it.
So
Jeez.
are you willing to pay for the health insurance for the stunt drivers?
No, because I'm not even willing to watch Fast 9. Fuck that franchise. It should have died after like Tokyo Drift.
But it's because like people don't appreciate the work that goes into fucking real stunts anymore. It's safer and cheaper to do it with computers, and like, sadly, people don't care. Like, do you remember a few Fast and Furious movies ago where there was a scene where they're like robbing a bank or something, and they steal a vault, and the way they steal the vault is they like drag it out of the place with two, and then they drag it around.
Right.
That they did that. Like inside of that vault is actually a very small like truck that somebody is driving to simulate it like swerving around and shit.
That's nuts.
And like, I just think about all of the ingenuity and like engineering hours and stuff that went into that.
Just that one scene.
And like, it looks great. Like when you see it in the movie, you know, it's smashing through stuff and it looks real, like you can touch it. But I also understand like, it's just like, it's not so many people are doing practical shit like that anymore.
Yeah.
So.
The one example I always think of is Jurassic Park. What year was Jurassic Park?
Like 1994
94 or something.
95, 93, 94, 95. I don't think it was 97, but I think it was like 94, 95. Well, yeah, and he spent a shit ton of money on the practical effects on that, and that's like one of the very good practical effects movies, but so is something like Naked Lunch had like amazing practical effects, and so did many other movies back then, even The Thing. The Whiplashes, but because they cared about practical effects back then. Now they don't, because it's so much cheaper to do shit with fucking software. It's the bottom line.
Well, the way I understand, Jurassic Park was 93, and I think the way that they did it was like the majority of like the T-Rex shots were animatronic from like the belly up, and then they would just kind of fill in the legs. But so many of those shots look so fucking good, and it's just like more believable to where these days you watch like a monster movie or a dinosaur movie or whatever, and a lot of times it's just super noticeable that it's graphics. You know, it's just computer graphics, and that I would rather it be a semi-believable rubber robot with some shit filled in than just completely computer generated. Not that the new Jurassic World movies look good, but I mean, it just goes to show that, you know, 30 years ago they were pulling it off. Why can't we do it today?
So that's really the way to do it if you want to get into computer stuff, is like have good practical effects, but then use special effects to fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
Because like it really does make a big difference.
And then on that, somebody called me out on my shit on that Fast 9 tweet that I had up today. Man, I made a lot of people mad. There's a shot in that trailer where they like turn on a magnet and it flips a car up on its side, pulls it through a fucking building, and then sucks it into the van with the magnet, like into a moving van, like a U-Haul. And it looked totally CG in the trailer. Somebody showed me, they actually fucking did that shit. They flipped a car up on a track, drug it through a building and into the side of a fucking truck, but then they added so much CG that I couldn't fucking tell that it was a practical effect. So what the fuck is the point? You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna add CG, don't add too much to where, I don't know. It looked better whenever they showed it in front of a green screen. I was like, that looks fucking cool. I don't know.
This is an issue. There's a stunt in a James Bond movie a long time ago that is like, I think it was
They flipped the car over the river?
Yeah, they flipped the car over the river, and it's like, that's a real stunt. They actually fucking did that. They did a perfect barrel roll. Aileron roll, whatever you fucking want to call it.
Aileron, not a barrel roll.
And it looks perfect. Fake. It's flawless, but it looks fake because of how good it is.
It's almost like the Valley of the, not the Valley of the Dolls, god damn it, but the
Uncanny Valley?
Uncanny Valley effect, though, where a robot or something looks so realistic that we get uneasy and queasy by it because it looks like, but we know deep down that it's not, and that brings a fear in us.
It's like once you get to a certain point of like realism, your brain becomes really good at picking out the little parts that are wrong, and that's the issue. That's why you got dead-eyed fucking Tom Hanks in Polar Express. Yeah, I'm still making that reference.
But here's some like really good practical cool effects from the first movie to the latest movie. The practical effects off of Tremors with Kevin Bacon. compare that to any of the effects in any of the previous movies. They're all CGI dog shit. Whenever in Tremors 1 with Bacon, they had would dig out a trench in the fucking desert and then have a little cart and then place carpet over it and then dirt over the carpet, so that way whenever the cart flew by, it'd throw the dirt up and it would look like the Tremors coming at you. When now they just use fucking computer animated bullshit to do something,
We're so old. We're those old guys bitching about.
I love talking about movie special effects. It's like one of my favorite things. Have you guys watched those corridor videos that are on YouTube, where they'll go through and break down
Corridor
effects
Digital?
in films?
Oh,
Yeah.
Dude, I got to meet those guys in LA one time. I fucking love their videos.
They're
that shit's
great.
so cool. Yeah. Well, they do a lot of the Ubisoft shit. They do if they release a trailer for a game. I can't remember. I think The Division 2, or maybe it was the first one. Whenever they did
Kind of
release
live
a
action
mini
thing?
movie for that shit. Yeah, and they did the whole thing, and it was fucking great.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. The one last thing I can want to say about this, and then we can move on. But when they remade The Thing, or they made a prequel to John Carpenter's The Thing, and it came out in 2011, I think, and it had a lot of CG in it, which is a shame because the original had these fucking incredible practical effects in them. They were amazing. They were so good. And if you go on YouTube, you can find an effects reel for The Thing 2011, where they actually hired a company that made a ton of practical effects for it. And they look amazing. And almost none of them made it into the movie. They were all painted out and replaced with CG.
ooh.
And it's the saddest. Like when you look at these things and you see this half finished, it's half finished because it's not painted. It doesn't have the texture on it or anything, but it still has the mechanics to it.
Mechanical
and,
stuff will work. All the rubberized latex shit jiggles.
Yeah, the way it moves is completely unsettling and really cool. But it's it's so sad. It's so sad that
It makes me wonder if it's one of those things where it's Hollywood execs. It's a bunch of old heads sitting on a panel, or maybe new young 20-year-olds or something but they're in high places to make decisions, and they're looking at the shots with the practical effects and be like, no, we need to smooth it up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Well,
I wonder if it's people calling shots that don't really know what people want.
I think two things. I think that they do that because it's less work, it's cheaper, you can get it done faster, and there's a lot of highly paid craftsmanship for it. But I think if those effects give something that's eerily put you into it, because we can all know what CGI looks like, and it's if we know practical versus CGI, we can tell it most of the time, right?
yeah.
But then I also take the side of that a lot of the digital effects and CGI really take craftsmanship whenever you're dealing with building those textures and all of that. That's artwork too, but it's just
I think there's people doing it right and people doing it wrong too, because obviously, did you guys see 1917 or whatever, the World War?
No, I did not see it.
I? That movie is fucking incredible. I always think of the Children of Men shot, where shit's hitting the fan, and before you know it, you're 7 minutes into a all-out war action scene, and you're like, holy fuck, this is a one-shot thing, or at least it looks like it, right?
Yeah.
That 1917 film, I was sitting there watching it because I heard what it was supposed to be like. I'm sitting there watching, trying to find the spots where the camera could have cut away. And it's just almost impossible to find. There was 2 or 3 moments where I was like, maybe they did there, but you can't really tell. I mean, it was just so fucking, and obviously there had to have been a lot of editing wizardry and CG and stuff to pull that off. And but that's one of those films. There's one moment in the movie where I won't spoil too much, but a plane crashes, and after the little scene plays out, I was just sitting there holy fuck. That was the most realistic, believable thing that I've ever seen on screen that I know is fake as shit, but my mind believed every fucking second of it. It's, if you haven't seen it, you got to watch it just for what it is.
That also
really
has to do with the
well
power of storytelling and fucking like actually making
Yeah.
a movie that you're invested in and want to
Right.
be a part of. You know,
Yeah.
it's not purely visual, but yeah, like I totally get what you're saying.
You gotta watch that one. You guys should watch that, and then we can talk about it next week.
I feel like, I don't know, I get real sensitive about awards baity type shits. And I always, when I started seeing trailers for that, I was like, this looks like some motherfucker's trying to get an Oscar.
I see what you're saying, but I would have been the first person to sit there and be like, this fucking sucks. But that movie it wasn't even like the best war movie. It was just they pulled off that one shot take shit so fucking well that it was like really fucking enjoyable. Because I saw that, what was that other war movie where, and it's one of those things that like I almost didn't even fucking say anything about it because I didn't want to like get canceled because it was right when all the race shit happens. But it's a war movie about 3 or 4 African Americans that were in Vietnam together. I think.
What was that?
Five
Red
Bloods?
Dog? No, it wasn't Red Dogs. It was what
I
movie?
can't remember.
The Five Bloods,
But they-
right? Was it the Spike Lee one?
Yeah,
it's Five
that
Bloods.
one. They like hid gold and then they went back to
Oh
get it.
yeah,
And
that
shit.
was the Five Bloods. That was a good movie.
See, that's what everybody said. I thought that movie was dog shit. I'm gonna be. I don't know what it was. I mean, like it was so. They go out there. They finally get to the point where like it should be here. They pull out like their fucking metal detectors, or they didn't even have metal
don't spoil it
detectors. They
for
had like
me.
a shovel, and it was like the first. He's like clink, found the gold. I'm like, come the fuck on. I don't know. There's just so many moments in that movie that I was like, that is dumb as fuck.
Well, it's the
the
overall
writing
story.
was just.
It's,
Yeah, no, the overall story was great. The concept was fucking cool. But I think the execution, like everybody just praising that movie online, and then I watched it and I was like, I could have watched any other war movie and been so much more satisfied.
That happens though. Like that happens with movies all the time.
It just wasn't for me.
Yeah, movies are such a varied taste thing that, you know,
Right.
you can't assume that just because
It was a
critics
very-
like one thing that you'll like it too.
Yeah. It was just there's certain movies where just like, you know, if I can call one thing, I'm like, okay, whatever. I got lucky. But if there's like 3 or 4 moments in the movie where I call it, then I'm just like, it shouldn't be that straightforward. I shouldn't be able to sit here and tell you what's about to happen.
I did this. I think that it was built to be predictable because you were supposed to be more engaged in the interpersonal connections between the actors. I think that's why that movie was so cliche, where you could easily see what was going to happen next.
Yeah,
Did
it
y'all
was. It was very cliche.
What are some shitty movies that you like? And I'm happy to go first because I was just thinking about this.
Okay.
I was reading an article the other day where they were listing some of the best performances in films by child actors, and I was expecting something to be on there, and it wasn't, and it kind of bummed me out. And that movie is Orphan. I don't know if you
I've never
guys.
seen
Well, the plot of the basic idea of the movie, it's like a mid 2000s thriller type deal. You know, it's like sort of horror movie, sort of not, that sort of
Right.
shit. It has, but the idea is that this couple adopts a daughter, and then some strange things happen without giving anything away. And nobody likes that movie except me, but it has a great child actor performance in it too by Isabel Furman, who plays like the daughter. She's amazing in it. That movie is so much fucking fun if you don't expect anything like wild about it. I love it. It's super underappreciated.
Might have to check it out. I can't think of any like child actors off the top of my head.
Well, that
be
wasn't really
honest.
my question, but
It was about just like
it was
really
what
shitty movies you like.
Oh yeah, shitty movies.
Like,
Fucking Mars Attacks. I don't know. I haven't seen that movie in so long.
Mars Attacks rules. So many cameos.
Yeah.
I think we were all just talking about one, Tremors. You know,
They could
that's a
afford
good-
all
Yeah.
the cameo actors in Mars Attacks because all the aliens were fucking CGI. There you go.
That's right.
Yep.
Horrible.
But the creepy tall alien woman who seduces Martin Sheen. No, Martin Sheen. That's not his name. Martin Short.
Martin Short was
That's-
in what?
That's a practical effect.
Mars Attacks?
No.
fuck, dude. I don't even remember.
Jack Nicholson, Christina Applegate, Jodan Baker, Jack Black, Lucas
Jack
Haas,
Black was in Mars Attacks.
Natalie Portman, Glenn Close, Pam Grier, Danny DeVito, Tom Jones. I'm still probably
Wow.
Pierce Brosnan, Michael J. Fox,
You're killing it
Sarah.
right now, dude.
Sarah, what's her face?
Silverman.
No, not Sarah Silverman.
What's funny
No, the
is
one from the Sex and the City one.
I watched this 2 weeks ago and I couldn't name 3 of those people. Like, seriously, I did.
It rules. It's such a. I love that movie very much.
So, Hova, what was like a really shitty movie that you think that you like? Is like Tremors. That's like a really shitty movie, but it's a fucking classic, though, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I can't think of. Like The Fly, I went back and watched that recently.
Jeff
that's
Goldblum
a
is
fucking
watching
classic.
YouTube.
That's a
You know?
classic.
I had to make Katie watch that. Fucking, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of along those lines, like Independence Day, because I watched that again recently, and it's kind of like, okay, this is a little shittier than I remember, but like you have to kind of love it at the same time.
Yeah.
Like that was another one for the time. They pulled that off pretty fucking well.
Us being people that grew up in the 90s, I don't think we can objectively quantify how good or bad Independence Day is because it's a part of our lives. It's like
it's
it's a
like a staple.
load bearing thing for us.
So I actually just thought of 2. And one I know will grind Andrew's gears. The other one is Signs, an M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong movie, which, growing up in the Midwest, you know, like, I have a feeling if I watched that today, I'd be like, this is fucking terrible.
That hit us different because we are around the cornfields.
Dude, the
that hit a little
cornfields.
bit different. You kids listening.
Dude, I grew up in a house, a fucking shoebox. Andrew and Frank can attest to this. In a shoebox with fucking cornfields on all 4 sides. And that fucking movie shook me to the bones, man. Oh my god, that was creepy as fuck back in the day. That was an enjoyable one. The other one being Godzilla, the 90s one.
The Matthew Broderick one?
Yeah.
Fuck you, that's a solid movie.
That's what I say too, but I know Andrew hates it.
I gotta watch it again. I haven't seen it in fucking a decade probably, so
It's got
I'm willing to reevaluate it, but I also don't think it'll be good.
Watch party.
The thing I remember the most about that movie is the Taco Bell commercials, and that's not usually a good sign.
the fuck coming down in the Taco Bell
The
shit.
Chihuahua.
Holy shit! Yeah, they had cups and stuff, didn't they?
I think
Yeah, it was huge. The promotion for that.
I think Joey.
Dude, I need to find those cups. I'm gonna fucking get some.
I should have like a warehouse filled with those because, like, in 2010 or something like that, my mom's store was the #1 Taco Bell out of 5,600 Taco Bells.
He actually got to kiss Matthew Broderick on the lips because
It's amazing.
his mom.
A decade after that
Broke
movie
records.
came out, but yeah. All right, I've got 2 shitty movies that I really love, and a lot of people fucking hate. I love The Rock with Nicolas Cage, Michael Biehn, and Sean Connery. I love that movie. It's a staple. It was a good
That's
time
a
movie
classic.
when I was a kid.
I don't know if I could say that's even bad.
Nobody's
I fucking
nobody's
love
gonna
it.
argue with you on that. That's one of the good Michael Bay movies.
A lot of people in real life at the bar argue with me about that movie being a shit movie.
Fuck those people, dude.
People are wrong.
The Rock is solid as fuck. Sean
It
Connery,
was.
Nicolas Cage, dude, he fucking puts the poisonous VX gas ball in his mouth and fucking cracks that
And then has
shit.
to run away so he doesn't
Fucking
die.
cracks the flares on top of the fucking Alcatraz. Right before they napalm that shit.
And they have
Dude,
that
fuck
massive-
people
That movie's
don't like-
fucking so good. I really want to watch that now.
That
What's the
massive
other one?
orchestral music behind that, because some of that music is so good in the beginning. Whenever the bald guy, the main bad guy that we all love, he's always
Ed
good.
Harris.
Ed Harris.
Dude,
He's a bad good guy though. He's a bad
Yeah,
good guy.
he is. He's a pissed off ex-military guy. Government fucked him and his buddies over. Hired my buds. We're gonna fucking make this money quick, easy. Nobody gets hurt because they're gonna pay up. And then when it comes time to hit the button, he's like, "I don't know, man. Maybe we shouldn't do it." And then that one guy's like, "Fuck these people. We're gonna fucking nuke this fucking NFL stadium and shit." Oh man, such a good movie.
All right. So my second movie that I don't think that you guys have watched, but we will all watch it soon. It's called Judgment Night.
Oh no.
No, because it's got Cuba Gooding Jr. in it. It's got
Any Cuba Gooding Jr. movie actually
Emilio
good?
Estevez, Dennis Leary, Stephen Dorff, Jeremy Piven. He's so pissed whenever the RV gets fucked up. It's like the Hangover movie, but instead of them having like a good hangover and it's all happy and doing drugs and shit, it's like a horror movie crime thriller of them going on they're supposed to go watch a basketball game, and they end up, a guy brings an RV and they go have fun like it's a bachelor party and crazy, and they end up in like a really bad industrial neighborhood, and there's like Dennis Leary's chasing them with guns. It's solid.
I just googled it. That looks like exactly the kind of shit I would enjoy.
All right.
Watching.
Also, The Bone Collector is my number 3 pick.
I remember
because a
The
lot
Bone
of people
Collector.
don't like The Bone Collector, but that was a really good horror movie.
Wait, is the Bone Collector What's in the Box?
No,
that's
that's 7.
7.
What's
Fuck.
in the box?
See-
What's in the
What's
box?
in the box?
Sorry for your ears.
John Doe has the upper hand.
And it's sloth and greed and all this. No.
Yeah, that movie is great too. It's a classic. It's a little tough to watch now, I think, but it's still pretty good.
I've been watching a show called Animal Kingdom. I don't remember what network it originated on, but
That the one that hosted by the Crab Brothers?
yeah, no, not Zaboomafoo.
We're watching. Yeah,
It's about a family that does like heists, to make their money. They're not a normal family, and one of the main characters' dad shows up in like season 3, and it's fucking Dennis Leary. I was like, what the fuck? This is cool. He's like the only character, the only like celebrity that I recognized in the entire show, and all of a sudden, just season 3, Dennis Leary comes in as daddy. I was like, this is fucking cool. And the best thing is he's like strung out on heroin and shit. It's pretty great.
you
He
love
played
to
it
see
really
it.
well. So I found the 1998 Taco Bell Godzilla cup holder, and I linked it to you guys.
The one with the claw? No.
Plenty of them. There's plenty of them on eBay. Sealed. You can get it for
hell
fucking
yeah.
$20.
I also had all like the Watu and Anakin. I had all the fucking
What? What's
many
it clip
levels?
on though?
Oh
There's like
yeah, no, that's what I
Your
had.
car door?
What would you? Yeah, what is that? That's what I'm saying. Like the
It wraps
You like
around
roll
the
the
couch.
window down, I think, and then you like
Is
hang
that
it on
it?
the ins. I think you hang it on the
That's
inside
so
of the
ghetto,
window.
dude. It's fucking. It's kind of cool, but it's just like what?
No, you're talking about the link that you sent us, so we all opened up the eBay listing.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
yeah. You can't see it in that because it's in the pack. Oh yeah, you can on picture 2.
Yeah, you can.
it wraps
The hook.
around the cup. It wraps around the extra large cup from Taco Bell.
No, there's an arm that sticks out of the back.
but there's a-
that has like
yeah,
a little
there's a
hanger
hook.
on it.
Looks like you're supposed to hang it on something in your car, or maybe it's for like.
Oh
the
no,
movie
it fits in the
theaters?
window.
Oh,
It fits in the window thing.
That's so weird.
It's one of those old school ones that it fits in the window because a lot of cars back then, not all of them had cup holders like in the center console area. It'll hang out of your, yeah.
Dude, it's actually pretty sick.
I didn't even check. How much is it?
It's $20 after shipping.
Oh, are we gonna
There's
get
a
into
shit
bidding
ton
war
of
over
them,
this?
I mean, if you just search Taco Bell Godzilla cup, there's a billion of them.
I'm just gonna. Search
everybody in the
Godzilla
country still
and
has
see what
one.
happens.
I shouldn't have linked it. I should have just sent one to Andrew. Fuck. This is the I don't know. I love buying like the weirdest shit. Like you tell me something you like, and then I see something like that, and I'm like, fucking $20. Fuck it, full send to Andrew.
Yeah, we get a
He's
box
just gonna get
every
it in the mail.
we get a box every month of this bullshit. People should know this. We
It's
already
like the
get a
worst
box
loot
of
box
this.
subscription.
I've got some shit in my garage that I've been noticing lately, and I'm like, I'm gonna send that to Frank or Andrew. I don't know
So
who
it's-
yet, but
Do you know that one of
It's
you
like
should go ahead?
It's like a subscription service called Wishbox where he just orders you some shit off of a conversation you had once from Wish that was under
It's not all from
$5.
Wish.
No, they're solid.
it's not
though.
all from Wish.
All right, so when those deliveries come every month, because it's delivered to my work, 3 or 4 of us go into the private area with all the wood
It's like
paneling.
entertainment
It looks
for the
like a
whole
fucking
staff now.
courthouse or a library. And we open it up and we all look at it. And like the first one was fucking hilarious because they're like, "What the fuck are you gonna do with a VHS tape with a blue comedy collar to it?"
Sealed VHS blue collar comic.
Mint.
So it's a bit of a ritual. Once a month, I get something, and we all go in there and we open it up and we all laugh.
Fuck yeah.
Like, it's not even Valentine's Day. Why is he sending you 5 Valentine's Day cards in a box? Because they're
Don't worry about it.
from Shark Attack.
And
Street
nude
Sharks.
male
Street
playing
Sharks,
cards.
please put some respect on the name.
Hey, what'd you do with those? Are you just gonna leave them sealed on a shelf or
I
something?
might hand them out this year. I don't know, or I could make it some money like in 30
Next year.
years.
Fuck that. Just frame them, dude. Just put them in like a shadow box and hang them on the wall.
All right.
Art piece.
Yep, that's what you do, man. That's what you do. I've been on a kick of
So, go ahead. Sorry.
I've been on a kick of going back and finding. I found some Xbox magazines for like it was right after I beat Halo 2 with my son, and I had to go back and find like the Halo 2 edition of Xbox magazine, and I got the one for like the launch of the game where there wasn't an embargo on any of the information, and then I got like the one that came out like 2 months before the game came out, so it was like all the early information from their visit to Bungie. And so I, kind of went through and read some of those articles and shit. And it was super cool. But almost more than enjoying that was just flipping through and finding. I sent you guys like some pictures of the old Blockbuster ads and shit.
Yeah.
With the coupons that you could cut out and take to fucking Blockbuster and get a free game rental. Dude, talk about a portal back in time, man.
Video game ads used to be fucking, I mean, mostly gross, like super fucking gross.
Yeah. Like the
That was a
GameFly
big part
one
of
that I
it.
sent you guys. Because there was like... So to paint the picture for you guys that don't know what I'm talking about, there was a GameFly ad. And if you don't know what GameFly is, it's a service where you could have a monthly mail-in subscription for video games. They would mail you a disc. You'd make a queue of your like 10 games that you wanted, one being the one you wanted to play first. They'd send you number one if you only had one game subscription. When you sent that game back, you could send it back 2 days later or 2 weeks later. It doesn't matter. They would mail game 2 to you, right? So GameFly used to have these ads where you would get like your first 30 days for free or whatever. And the ad was like, it was like not free. And then there was like 3 examples or like doesn't have a free trial or something like that. And it was like a Lamborghini and then like a hot chick in a bikini. And then it was like, then there was GameFly that you could try for free or some crazy shit like that. Like, shit today that if a company tried to run an ad like that, they'd get canceled for.
I always think of the Game Boy Pocket ads back when the Game Boy Pockets were coming out for the first time. And the big deal was that they came in a bunch of different colors. And so the ad was like all one fleshy sheet of like skin tissue with a bunch of mouths on it. And then all the mouths had a tongue sticking out, and the tongue was a different color for each of the Game Boy Pocket colors.
Yeah.
Oh my, yeah. That image will never leave me.
So there's
Nintendo's had some weird ads.
So one thing, obviously, the people that ran GameFly did not realize or think that the internet was going to take off. That's why they failed. But also, do you remember the Game Boy Advance Pocket commercial where the mouse tops all the way over the maze and starts humping the game?
You showed that to me recently.
They literally had a mouse hump a fucking like a Game Boy SP for a commercial.
It's a Game Boy Micro. Come on.
Oh, now I get it though. It was for the micro. Oh, that was nice.
I remember my buddy Jeff getting one of those Game Boy Micros, and I remember just being like, "You're such an idiot. Why would anybody ever buy one of those?"
Shut up.
And now I wish I had one, just because it's so obscure.
Hey, do you not remember? This must have been 2008, 2009, where I had to go back to your house, the house, the tiny house, because and we were having parties there. I lost my Game Boy Micro there, and we had to move the sofa. I had to come back like a month later and move your sofa to find my Game Boy Micro. The screen was cracked because it got into that recliner that was on that one wall.
Oh, shit.
But my copy of Pokemon Leaf Green for the Game Boy Advance still had that.
Was it? So it was in the Game Boy Micro?
Yeah, but the screen got cracked.
I mean, hey, Leaf Green is probably like a $50 game now, so at least you got that back.
Yeah, I already sold that years and years ago for beer.
$5
Drugs.
probably. Allegedly.
Now all I'm going to be able to do is Google old game ads. 'Cause they were also like rife in comic books too. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, shit was bad. They were extremely misogynistic.
What was it back
they're-
then, though?
they're pretty wild.
So this is a really stupid thing I want to get your all's opinion on. Microsoft is giving away like these like hardcore looking like gaming computers with like a full wraparound that you sit in to be able to play the new Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Oh, no.
Okay.
But like, and they're built in like where you sit into like it's a
Like a cockpit kind of thing.
no, not a it's a cockpit that's built into the turbines on the sides of the wings. It's a really stupid picture. God damn it. Well, anyways, they're giving you like this huge expensive setup, but the gaming PC inside of it cannot play fully maxed out Flight Sim X. It's like they're giving you everything else, and they can't toss like another $1,000 of components into it.
Because it's because even Microsoft can't get fucking graphic cards now.
They're all pirates running in banana boats through.
That's right. It's all Bitcoin miners now. And Microsoft isn't going to disrupt their own Bitcoin mining so that you can play fucking Flight Simulator.
Well, obviously.
I feel like now we're all in Google, and that's a good time
Nope.
to end things.
Take a look at this and look at that. Look at that entire mock-up.
Oh, shit.
Oh, weird.
You know, I saw this picture and I didn't like read. I didn't understand. What
Well, the
was
one I
looking
sent you was in Le French.
at. Right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. Okay, see, I misunderstood what you were saying. I thought you were saying that, like, the cockpit that you sat in was in the shape of a turbine.
Same.
But no, the PC case is, like, a cross-section of a turbine.
Yeah.
Why don't they just give away the fucking case then? Like, hey, put your own computer in here, bitch.
Well, because nobody can get a graphics card for it.
But how much do you think they spent on fucking building that mock-up?
Too fucking much.
And you can't even play the game that it's built for properly.
It's got a 3070 in it. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
it's an
pretty
RTX
good.
3070. It's not bad.
The thing is, you would need, like, a NASA landing calculation computer to fucking be able to run that shit maxed out.
I don't know. It could be worse, right?
It could be worse. It could be a
Yeah.
3060.
Hey, when's
It could be.
Halo coming out? When's Halo coming out?
Never.
Infinite?
Yeah.
It's still supposed to be holiday of this year, right? I don't think they've got a solid date yet.
There was like a leaked presser that just basically said like generic time. It did like actually. Did you not see that? It's just like Halo Infinite will be released then and on
At
then.
time.
You didn't see that? Okay. I'll have to try
No,
to
that's
find
funny,
it.
though.
Hopefully it doesn't suck.
All that matters right now is that Hot Wheels game.
Dude, that game looks sick.
It looks fucking lit. Hot Wheels Unleashed looks like GOTY material.
Except for I'm getting it on Xbox so I can get the achievements, so...
Thank you to Javelin for letting us use your song Soda Popinski as the intro of our program. Thank you, Tyler Edwards, for the disturbing art of a train with a straw that goes under it. I don't know what the train's anthropomorphized. Like, I feel like I'm supposed to recognize. Like, is it a wasp? Is it a wasp train? I don't know.
It does kind of look like a wasp.
It's very unsettling, but thank you for making it.
I like it. I'm gonna get it tattooed on my ass one day.
Good.
Hey, I have
Once we
got
get-
a big pen and a shaver. Next time I see you, you want to try that out? I'll just draw the outline. Let somebody else
I'll
fill
say
it
it-
in. I'll just draw the outline.
If we get 1 million subscribers, I will get that tattoo.
Same.
Hey, we're
Yeah,
waiting
once
for
Spotify buys this shit from us for like $1 billion, tattoo all the way around.
That's it.
We'll get them together. We'll live stream it.
What's up, Nub Boy?
1,500 subs. Once we get 1,500 subs, they get to see the finger.
It's true. Have you ever seen a severed finger?
Hey, we promised that in like episode 3.
We did.
Throwback, we're doing it.
We did.
We're
We're
a
getting
third
up
of the way there now.
Yeah, we're like at
We've got
500,
like
aren't we?
500. It's better than nothing. Anybody got a word?
Tequila.